facing the wrong way.
Huh?
Excuse me. Oh. Yep. Hmm? Huh? Excuse me.
Yep.
In other words, Oh. I see. Hey, guys. Hello?
Yagami-san, do you have a minute? It's Shiosaki.
Oh, I was just about to call you. I was gonna say I've got some leads on the murder. By the way, you wouldn't happen to know a Detective Watanabe, would you? From Kanagawa PD?
Oh, yes. He came asking me about the harassment case. Apparently he couldn't interview Ehara, so he got us instead.
Want to know why that is? Apparently Tokyo PD suspects Ehara might be linked to the murder in some way. And since they don't want Kanagawa stealing the show, they're blocking their investigators out.
That does make sense. Not in a bureaucratic way.
By the way, when's your next appointment with Ehara?
As soon as we're ready, honestly. Did you want to come along?
Yeah, I was just about to ask that. But I'd like to do a bit more research beforehand. I want to know exactly how Ehara's crime played out.
Funny you should say that. Hoshino-kun just told me he's going to re-inspect the crime scene tomorrow. He said it'd be best to plot Ehara's movement from Ikebukuro all the way to Shinjuku, where he was caught.
No kidding. Then I ought to go with.
If that's the case, hold on one sec.
Okay.
Yagami-san? It's me, Hoshino. I'm stoked to hear you'll be helping me out tomorrow.
I'm stoked to be there. Oh, and could you bring the statements from Ehara's arrest with you? It'd be a huge help if you could walk me through what happened on site.
You got it. We'll be starting from Ikebukuro Station, so just meet me there tomorrow.
Will do. See you then.
Okay, see that sign right there? Ehara was leaning on that before the incident. Yep, just like that. He was standing around searching for a victim. Ehara's the man in the cap and sunglasses.
So, Ehara was lingering at the platform a while, huh?
Yeah, he walked past the ticket gate at 7:43 a.m. This was confirmed by the security tapes as well as when he swiped his transit card. After that, he wandered the platform an entire hour ogling women.
He spent that long choosing a target?
Yeah, sick, isn't it?
Then the security camera that caught him would be... that one?
That's right. Anyhow, at 9:06 a.m., Ehara finally honed in on his would-be victim. Then he boarded her train, which was departing for Shinjuku.
She's the one in the pink cardigan and white skirt?
Yeah, Yui Mamiya, an office worker and mother of a 6-year-old boy. The two of them show up on the train's interior cam as well. According to the victim's statement, Ehara began by rubbing her posterior with the back of his hand. But it didn't stop there. After that, he put his hand up her skirt.
Pretty sickening.
I'm assuming he targeted someone shy, thinking she wouldn't resist. Makes me angry just thinking about it. The victim stated she was too scared to call for help, meaning she endured this for 6 minutes until the train reached its stop in Shinjuku.
Can you send what you just showed me to my phone?
Sure. Now let's head to Shinjuku Station. Then we can watch as the jerk gets busted. Even if we did defend him in court, an asshole's still an asshole. Looks like we're getting close to Shinjuku.
The train's pretty light right now, but it was packed during the crime, right?
Oh yeah, the car occupancy at that time of day can easily reach 180%.
And Ehara should have been standing roughly where I am.
Ehara and Mamiya-san both exited the train and got onto the platform here. But right before that, Mamiya-san suddenly grabbed Ehara's wrist and yanked his hand out from under her skirt. That's when she got a good look at her assailant.
So without a doubt, she saw it was him.
Yes, and there were also traces of her garments on his hand during evidence analysis. Anyway, after being grabbed, Ehara wrenched himself free and took off at a sprint. See, here he gets off the train and bolts across the platform. And Mamiya-san chases after him, asking people around her for help.
This is what they kept looping on TV.
Yeah. And honestly, with all this evidentiary footage, defending him in court was a lost cause.
Was there any security footage that wasn't aired on TV?
Sure, take a look around you. There's more than just one camera pointed at us. They're practically everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
As for what I was saying earlier, Ihara was finally tackled right in front of those stairs. Oh, right. I have a diagram of the platform to show you.
So Ihara gets off the train here, and then gets apprehended here. How far apart is that?
Roughly 100 meters. Both he and the victim were weaving their way through the crowd. The whole scene was very chaotic. Even after Ihara was caught, the train was stalled 20 minutes until the area was deemed safe.
Hey, you think we could get the positions of all these cameras and where they're pointing penciled in?
Good idea. Let's check each camera's position as we walk over to where Ihara was detained. That's where he got tackled, so if you could let me know whenever you see a camera. I can mock it up on our diagram here.
What the? Hey. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What the? Hey. Suspicious.
Looks like we checked all the nearby cameras.
Hey. Uh-huh. What the? Suspicious.
Looks like we checked all the nearby cameras. Let's move on.
Hey. What the? Hey.
Okay, looks like we got all the cameras. Our diagram is now complete. Now we'll pencil in the camera locations and what directions they're pointing.
Suspicious. What
the... Suspicious.
So this was the general situation when Ihara committed his crime. What do you think, Yagami-san? Anything of note?
Do you think Ihara and Mamiya-san were riding the train pretty frequently?
Oh yeah, Mamiya-san commuted by train. She was here every weekday. Same goes for Ihara, actually, but he was off that day. Supposedly he was going to see his wife, even though they're separated.
Did he ever say why he wandered around the platform for an hour?
He said the thought of his wife had him flustered and he couldn't force himself to board the train. He always had an excuse ready for anything you asked him, including the harassment charges. He pled not guilty, but the evidence said otherwise. There wasn't a single argument we could make in court to establish reasonable doubt.
Safe to say he did it. But on the same day, he knew his son's bully would be murdered in Ijincho. Pretty clear it wasn't a spontaneous need to grab some ass.
I agree. It's almost like all the commotion around the harassment might have been planned out. Maybe everything was, even down to getting captured.
Yeah. You really played everyone by turning harassment into an alibi for murder. No matter how much evidence points to him as a killer, you can deny it with complete immunity.
This is getting crazier by the minute.
At the very least, he had something to do with it. Some connection. But I can't imagine he'll talk. Whatever his plan is, it's pretty clear Ihara is committed.
To what? Getting revenge for his son?
I think so.
Who do you think his accomplices could be? Ihara's a veteran cop. Think maybe he knows how to hire an actual assassin? If so, he could have just paid for his revenge, right?
Sure. But assassins cost an arm and a leg. He wasn't rich before all this, was he?
No. He barely scraped up enough to cover his lawsuit against the school.
Thought so.
Hey, it's Shiosaki.
What's up, Sari-san?
I'm scheduling an interview with Ihara tomorrow at the Tokyo Detention Center. We'll take a taxi from Genda's if that all works for you.
Sounds good. But I need to head back to Ijincho for now.
Something you forgot to do?
Yeah. It involves Ihara's motive, which would be without a doubt his son's suicide. So I want to confirm if Mikushiba really bullied the kid. And the best person to ask happens to be down in Ijincho.
Alright, then I'll let you get to it.
Cool. Then I'll see you tomorrow. Got a minute?
No, not for you. I really have nothing more to say.
What if I told you it's looking more and more likely Ihara-san had a hand in Mikoshiba's death?
Well, it doesn't concern me.
Ihara-san believes Mikoshiba tormented Toshiro-kun so badly that he took his own life. But neither the third-party investigation nor the courts were on his side. So what's the truth here? You know, don't you? What really happened between Mikoshiba and Toshiro-kun? Why won't you tell me the truth?
Why do you keep asking? I said I don't know!
I'm going to the detention center tomorrow to get some answers out of Ihara-san.
What?
I saw where Mikoshiba was murdered. He endured no shortage of cruelty before he died. They tortured him, you know. They broke all his fingers before they slit his throat.
No.
And somehow Ihara-san knew Mikoshiba would be killed on the day he got caught for groping. It's like he did it to prove he had nothing to do with the murder. But maybe that wasn't his real objective at all.
Huh?
I think he wanted to signal that he'd finally avenged his son.
The body belongs to a guy named Hiro Mikoshiba. 4 years ago, this man took my son from me by driving him to commit suicide.
If I'm gonna face him tomorrow, I can't go in without some ammunition. So, 4 years ago, did Mikoshiba bully Toshiro-kun or not? That's all I want to know.
My answer won't change. There's no evidence Mikoshiba-kun did anything wrong.
Are you sure about that? Take a look at this.
That's...
Toshiro Ihara, your student. Imagine that he's listening to what you're saying now. If you can look at him and say Mikoshiba played no part in his death, I'll leave you alone. In fact, you'll never hear a word from me again. So which is it?
"4 years ago. Not long after I'd transferred here to teach English. That's when it started. I was trying my best to get acclimated, and I was finally on a first-name basis with everyone. One day, after school, I was out on the roof taking a break, when Toshiro-kun suddenly ran by. I called out to him to ask what was wrong, but he shushed me and kept running. I saw he had a bloody nose. Moments later, Mikoshiba-kun showed up. He was looking for him. I told him I hadn't seen him. Toshiro-kun's face told me everything I needed to know.
So Mikoshiba was bullying him after all.
Yes. Toshiro-kun told me this later on. Whenever he'd leave school with Mikoshiba-kun and his friends, they'd force him to hand over money. At first, they'd try to pass it off as a joke. They said since he lowered the class average on tests, he ought to buy them all drinks as an apology. And Mikoshiba-kun, he was having too much fun with it to stop. He started offering tutoring sessions to Toshiro-kun. Only so he and his crew could extract their tuition from him. They'd even break into his house while his mother was at work and take the money she left him for dinner. And if he couldn't pay, they'd beat him up at school or make him grovel in the bathroom.
Didn't anybody see what was really happening?
The teachers either saw nothing or turned a blind eye. Few students knew about it, though. Anyway, I ended up relaying everything Toshiro-kun had told me to those boys' homeroom teacher. Mind you, this teacher had tenure, title, and years of experience under his belt. Do you know what he told me? He said not to cause a commotion because those boys were about to graduate.
Why does that not surprise me?
To be honest, it was hard to paint such an outwardly model student in a negative light. There was also no hard evidence to support Toshiro-kun's story. But someone still should have stepped in to help. If only I'd understood that at the time.
You tried.
The only thing I tried was to keep an eye out for him, making sure he wasn't alone, things like that. But unfortunately, that wasn't good enough. On the first morning of the 3rd trimester, Toshiro-kun tied a towel to his doorknob and hung himself in his room.
And that's when you confronted Mikoshiba, right? You asked him point blank if he'd bullied him.
I did. Mikoshiba-kun pretended to know nothing. He was more careful, shaken even, from then on. In all honesty, when I heard a third-party committee was investigating, I was hoping the truth would come out. Students were asked to fill out an anonymous questionnaire, and many of them wrote down exactly what they saw.
Hold on. Didn't the court end up declaring there was no substantial evidence of bullying? How could they have said that with those questionnaires on hand?
First of all, the committee never interviewed anyone directly. Those questionnaires were the only proof of anything. And the teacher of those boys was the one who collected them. Each time he came across any mention of bullying, he'd toss that questionnaire out. Also, he wouldn't get blamed in the end for ignoring the warning signs.
So then the committee was pointless.
A few students did speak up about the bullying online, but their posts weren't much to go on. Toshiro-kun's parents were completely caught off guard. His mother worked through the day, and his father lived all the way in Tokyo. That made it that much easier for the teacher to cover up all the evidence of bullying. He made that statement without even consulting the principal or the chairman. So, right before Mikoshiba-kun graduated, the committee presented their findings. That there was no evidence of bullying. The conclusion you've heard over and over.
What the hell?
In Japan, 300 children commit suicide every year, across all grades. Less than 3% are proven to be linked to bullying. Toshiro-kun's case ended up like that too. But Ehara-san wasn't satisfied with those findings, so he sued Seiryo High, demanding compensation for Toshiro-kun's death. As the trial dragged on, I was eventually called to the witness stand. Of course, my intention was to let everything I knew out into the open. But before that could happen, that damn teacher came with the school's attorney to see how I would testify.
They didn't want you making them look bad, huh?
Of course not. That's when I first learned what he did with those incriminating questionnaires. They had no choice but to reveal everything to me, to try and sway me to their side. I guess they were just that desperate. After all, I was the only adult who Toshiro-kun confided in. I don't think he'd spoken to his parents about it once. So yes, that's why there was never any objective evidence of bullying. It wasn't like I had a mind to record our conversations. And I hadn't personally witnessed it either. The school attorney saw fit to remind me that the law says innocent until proven guilty. And if I couldn't produce tangible evidence, then I shouldn't be accusing Mikoshiba-kun.
So it was witness tampering? That is, they coerced you into false testimony?
Yes.
It must have been incredibly hard on you.
What I should have done was told the truth regardless. But what else could I have really done for him? Some days I just don't know. As much as I've tried to convince myself I did everything I could for him, I can never fully believe it.
So what happened to the teacher who covered all this up?
He transferred to another school. God, to think he's still standing at a podium somewhere.
That's unfortunate.
Even so, I don't have the right to place the blame solely on him.
Maybe, but in that case, Mikoshiba's bullying of Toshiro, or those questionnaires getting discarded. Have you ever told anyone else?
No. I've been silent. Yagami-san, You know what? Back when I was a student in high school, I witnessed bullying firsthand. There was this kid. My classmates pushed him too far. And one day he just jumped off the roof.
Off the roof?
By some miracle, he survived the fall. And he's been in a coma for the last 13 years. Nobody knows if he'll ever wake up. His name is Mitsuru, and he may never open his eyes to the world again. His mom watches him, but she works full-time. She's a higher-up in the government.
I'm sorry to hear it.
The worst part is that his teacher knew. He even talked to the bullies about it. But all he said was, don't overdo it. But afterward, the public eviscerated him. He had to quit his teaching job. And yet, for poor Toshiro-kun, nobody was held responsible at all. And that includes me.
But if anyone was going to take responsibility for that, Mikoshiba should have been first in line. I'm sure Ihara-san must have thought the same thing.
You know what I wanted to be as a kid? I was so innocent, I wanted to be a teacher. And after Mitsuru-kun's tragedy, I felt practically obligated. And still, I just let history repeat itself.
Hmm?
Huh?
Hmm? By the way,
Sure.
I see. Hmm?
Wait.
Huh, What? Who's a good boy? This way, huh? Got something? This way, huh? Got something? Hmm? Excuse me. What? I see. Hmm? This way, huh? Got something? Doing great. This way, huh? Doing great. This way, huh? Excuse me.
嘘。
Hey. No way. Hey. In other words...
ええ。
No way. Excuse me.
お願いします。
Who's a good boy? Seriously?
Yagami-san!
Nope.
It can't be.
Huh?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Does that mean...
What?
Hey.
I'm sorry. What a waste.
What is going on? Having a party?
Hey, welcome back. Care for a drink, Yagami-san?
Heads up.
Now make yourself at home. Not that you haven't already.
Who, me? Well, whatever do you mean?
Kuwana's fine. He just swung by to have a chat with you, man. Not that I mind hanging out over beers and shogi.
Kaito's a gentleman and a scholar. I like your style.
What do you want with me?
Check it out, Yagami-san. You're only here to get to the bottom of that Hiro Mikoshiba kid's murder, right? That's gotta be the reason the Yokohama Liumang attacked you, isn't it? All I'm saying is that you've gotta cut me in, man.
Thanks, but I've got enough help.
So some hotshot detective strolls into town and tries to leave the local guy out in the cold? No offense, but that's not gonna fly.
You gonna play your turn? Just finish your game and go home already.
When you benefit from someone who knows the scene? You know, I can get you anywhere in a Jincho above or below ground.
Aren't you expensive?
I'll give you a first-time customer price. I'm not about to sit here and let some outsider swoop in and take all the credit alone. And that means I guess I'm gonna chill here until you give me the nod.
It's Tsukumo and Sugiura's place as far as I'm concerned. Not even my call to make.
I welcome having more company. The more the merrier. That'll be the agency motto.
I don't really care.
Such a nice office. I'm gonna love it here.
Yagami-shi, guess what? The internet picked up on the Ihara link to Mikoshiba. The trending sentiment is that he killed him in an act of vengeance for his son.
They've already figured that part out?
See for yourself. Here, check it out.
That perv Sari-san defended is trending online again. Tsukumo-kun's been pouring through the articles non-stop.
Son of a bitch student teacher should burn in hell for bullying a kid all the way to suicide. Mikoshiba was a damn psychopath. Ehara is the vigilante groper. And that's not even the trolls.
So the news is blowing up on the net, huh?
In internet terms, this is only the first spark that could ignite into a fire. Not even what I'd call viral.
Then who's lighting the spark? The people responsible for Mikoshiba's murder?
I'll have to go down a few more rabbit holes before I can make that call, I'm afraid.
Gotcha.
That said, some posts are kinda suspicious. This one here, for instance. Ehara totally called the location of the body at his trial. The fact that he did that never really even went public, as far as I can tell.
It was kept off the record?
When Ehara got arrested, the cop-turned-groper story and his sexual battery charges were huge news. It was all the media could talk about. But by the time his trial rolled around, the news had already moved on. His guilty verdict barely made a blip.
Fellas, I told you I wanted to be kept in the loop on this stuff. You saying Mikoshiba had more than one killer? And where are they now? You think these lunatics are still hanging around Ijincho?
It's been over 2 months already, man. If they were here, they're probably long gone by now. Another peaceful day in Ijincho, right? Check outside.
It's the Liumang. The White Mask again.
Let's go, Cock!
I'll catch you later.
Not bad.
You're not getting away this time!
Aye.
Hold up!
Give it up already.
Oh, great. Where am I? You lure me here?
Don't worry, man. I'm not planning on killing you tonight.
Okay, but why else would you take off the mask?
Because from this point forward, Ijincho is closed. You won't be coming back. I'm Tesso. For what it's worth, I'm an officer candidate of the Yokohama Liumang. I hear you took out some of my masked boys the other day.
Oh, you mean those guys who thought they could sneak up on me in the afternoon?
Maybe if you hadn't resisted at the time, you'd be in a lot less pain than you're about to be in the near future.
Who's paying you to try to take me down?
This is a job that came down from the top of the org. I don't know who hired us, and to be honest, I don't give a shit either. But ripping up a kick-ass detective like you sure sounds like a good time. None of you guys make a move! I want to see if the rumors are true, so I get first taste. Show me what you got. Yagami!
Come on!
Running a little late tonight, aren't we, Kaito-san?
Yeah, my bad. Had to punch my way through a few guys.
Hey, you gotta run for it. If you stick around, it's not gonna matter how many lives you've got.
Yeah, but if I run now, who's gonna pay for Tsukumo's window then?
Huh? For fuck's sake, I'll just pay for it. Now get out of there.
You got a deal.
all clear. I'm on my way! Come get some! Here we go.
Are we done here?
Yagami!
Yeah? You want something? What was it? Tesso?
Just want to say, I'm impressed. I wasn't expecting you to take out all these guys, to be honest.
Thanks. But if you're feeling generous, how about you tell me who hired you?
Didn't I say this before? I got no interest in doing that.
Hey, can you do me a favor and turn down the job next time, maybe?
Yeah, right. If the request comes through again, I'm taking it. Simplest solution for you is to get the hell out of town. Me and my big mouth. Just go already.
Hey, not bad, man. A lot of young folks look up to Tesso, so gaining his respect is gonna have some perks.
All I want to know is if the Liumang are no longer a threat.
Wouldn't go that far. Tesso's not the only young hothead among them. But hey, at least they probably won't blindside you anymore, and that's a victory in itself.
Guess that is a step forward. A baby one.
Anyway, we should go check up on 99. Something tells me they're not in the clear just yet.
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございます。
Sugiura!
Yagamishi! Oh, thank God you're back.
Tsukumo, what happened?
He's knocked out cold. Damn it.
Masked men attacked us. I couldn't fight them.
Masked men, you say? Were they any different from what the Liumang wear?
I couldn't get a good look. Sugiurashi, they stuck up on him with a bat and came after me next. They caught me. My pinky.
They broke it? Hey, are you okay?
I'll call an ambulance.
There are these photos and a message I was told to give to you, Yagamishi. They said to tell you, this is your final warning.
They've been spying on me?
It hurts.
Shit. If they want me, then come after me!
Doc, I think the Liumang were part of the plan, as bait. They probably only came to lure us away from the office. The worst part is it fucking worked!
This camera ought to show everyone coming in and out of the building. Look, there's me and Kaito chasing down the Liumang. But here's the hitch. There were 7 of them, and they didn't have those trademark white masks. So clearly, they're not Liumang.
They must have got the white masks to lure us out, meaning they're the ones calling the shots here. Wouldn't surprise me if they were also Ihara's accomplices to murder.
That'd be something.
Though, it's hard to believe a single murder could involve so many people.
Really? Why do you say that?
More friends, more loose lips. One slip of the tongue can bring down an entire group. Taking a man's life would require absolute solidarity from every single member. What could be their connection?
Could be they're Ihara's buddies in blue. After hearing what happened to his kid, they couldn't help but feel for the guy.
If it were me, yeah, I'd sympathize. But not enough to watch a man die. Or do the deed myself.
Yeah, who'd throw their life away for that? Unless we're talking about the mob over here.
That e-cig's that good, huh?
Considering the area's volatility, the Liumang are the best bet in the house. But if it's not them... Well, there is the Seiryu clan, but they have some decorum compared to these guys. And then the Komijul, the Koreans, they would never get caught on camera. They're shy like that. Go figure.
Impressive list you've got up there, Mr. Handyman. Too bad they're all dead ends.
Hey, if there's a crime in Kamurocho, would you know who did it off the top of your head?
No.
This footage is the lead we've been waiting for. Now we're gonna hunt them down for Tsukumo and Sugiura.
You get hit in the head or something? Find them and they'll mess your ass up.
Will they?
Don't you get it? They were planning to take you out, man. The Liumang letting you off is nothing short of a miracle. Or would you rather risk your neck over nothing?
Where we come from, risking our necks the bare minimum. You Ijincho guys must not see much action.
Yeah, well, in Ijincho, a handyman's wages don't cover life and limb.
I don't recall ever hiring you.
Yeah, and if you asked me now, I'd say hell no. This shit's getting way too over my head. And yours. Sorry, Kaito-san, but I'm gonna have to pass on drinks for a while. Send my regards to the lads.
Well, hey, never chase what leaves. All that said, I think...
The agony! I was in a cold sweat all of yesterday. This rate, I'll be forced to type one-handed. If you do the math, my pinky is worth more than an average person's whole hand. We're talking about at least a 30% drop in efficiency.
It's been a while since I got it this bad. I might even throw up.
So, leaving Kamurocho made you rusty, huh?
Really with that? If I could wish the pain away, I would, man.
Hey, if you've got the energy to complain, you'll be just fine.
I'm gonna make this up to you guys. I promise.
Well, if you want to do that, we'll need to figure out who and where they are. There's a high possibility this group is directly behind Mikoshiba's murder. And of course, that would mean they know Ehara as well. How about swapping more info with the Kanagawa police?
Let's save that for when we really need it. We're not the authorities here, so we need to play our cards close to our chest.
I think that's a wise decision.
Saori-san's on top of getting things set up with Ehara, right? In that case, I'll head back to Kamurocho. Take your time prepping. We can always regroup up there.
What's up, Kaito-san? Something wrong?
Call me crazy, but doesn't the city seem noisier to you?
The hell? Kaito's senses tingling or something?
Maybe they are. Well, no point trying to explain shit that doesn't make sense.
Anyway, I need to go talk to Saori-san before the interview.
What is it? Hold on a minute, Todd.
What?
I'm noticing a lot more punks scurrying around than normal. Something's up.
Really? Huh. Maybe so.
Hey, don't I know you two? You're detectives around here, ain't you?
Yeah, so what?
You ever seen this guy before? A few years ago, he was the manager at some girls' bar nearby.
You really need all these meatheads just to find one dude? Must be one slippery eel.
Damn right he is. Now, do you know him or not?
I'm thinking. Out of curiosity, what's a guy doing running a girls' bar?
I don't think he actually ran the floor or anything. All I care about is him up and vanishing out of nowhere.
So he's a missing person? Since when?
5 years ago.
I mean, disappearing from Kamurocho isn't that uncommon. 5 years? What do you really expect to find?
Your guy have a name? And who gave the order to find him?
You trying to be cute? We're the ones asking the questions here. Don't fuck with us.
Who's fucking with who, asshole? You want to ask questions? You're gonna have to ask nice.
Nice or not, information has a price. It's our bread and butter. so we don't give handouts.
How about I butter your brains on the sidewalk?
Straight to throwing punches, huh? Even the Yakuza treated people better than that.
Fuck off!
Come on.
Hey, what's up? That all you guys got? Kamurocho used to be tough. Look at these punks.
Kaito-san.
Huh? It's Akutsu. First name Daimyo.
You know him?
Former Tojo clan guy, ex-Yakuza.
Ex-Yakuza? Well, if you say so.
Yagami Detective Agency. Maybe I ought to just hire you guys for this. We're looking for a guy. You heard, didn't you?
This guy you're after. He was some kind of girls' bar manager here in town. I take it this manhunt is your idea?
Nah. Soma's taking point on this one. Came from one of his connections. There's gonna be a big pile of cash in it for whoever finds him. Practically all of Kamurocho's in on this race.
And Soma is?
He's the one in charge of the RK gang. Of course, he's former Tojo clan too. First name Kazuki.
That's crazy. Did the whole Tojo clan join this thing?
Kaito would know all about all the bullshit rules it takes to keep the Yakuza running. They'll take their cut from you and call it the honorable thing to do in the same damn breath. Right, Kaito? In this new age, wouldn't you be better off joining us?
You guys are too small time to pull that shit on me.
You know what else, though? In the Yakuza, if your boys went down, it was on you to get revenge for them. I don't give two shits about that these days. I would say, if there's someone disrespecting you, you might as well go get the jump on them. I would walk right up and stick them in the gut. You wouldn't even see it coming, detective. Yeah, so don't go disrespecting me. There won't be a warning next time.
Okay. Akutsu, you said? Did he get very far in the Tojo clan?
Nah. He may have had the potential, but he never got to make anything of it. The whole thing came crashing down before he got his time in the sun. Soma's the same way, actually. They both tried to climb up the Yakuza ranks, but then the families disbanded. And by the time that happened, all the pawns were cleared off the board. So, now they're ex-Yakuza in the wind. And along comes this gang without all the rules and systems they were dealing with. You end up with RK, a network of thugs.
RK? What does the acronym stand for?
Who the hell knows? After the Yakuza, I guess they wanted to sound more Western.
If they think they can replace the Tojo clan, those are pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say they've been discriminating. Civilian punks who want quick cash are easy recruits. RK's happy to scoop them up. Next thing you know, you've got an asshole army.
That's unfortunate, but speaking of the Tojo clan, have you talked to Higashi lately?
Yeah. As far as ex-Tojo clan guys go, he's one of the good ones. The family left him in charge of that arcade, and now that they're gone, he's basically the owner. I heard he even gave some of the younger family guys jobs. If you get a chance, you ought to show up there every once in a while.
Nah, Higashi. I am the last person in the world that guy wants to see.
いらっしゃいませ。ありがとうございました。
重要だよ。狙いを決めて。こんなところで止めちゃって。どうだ。横に移動だよ。行きまーす。ストップ。どこを狙いを決め。こんなところで止めちゃって。どうだ。コングラチュレーション。 かが重要だよ。狙いを決めて。こんなところで止めちゃって。どうだ。また来てね。
Let's roll, Tom.
よく狙ってください。次はどこを狙いますか？移動します。うまく狙えましたか？移動で動きます。よく狙ってください。どこを狙うかが移動します。うまく狙えましたか？移動で動きます。おめでとうございます。また遊んでくださいね。
Let's hit it.
Great. Horrible. What a waste.
What is it?
Oh, Saori-san. Yagami-san made it.
Sorry for the wait. I ran into some typical nonsense. We good to go?
I've been good to go for a while. Ehara's waiting, and so are the answers. First thing we'll want to try to get is how involved he was in Mikoshiba's murder.
From the way it's been so far, I doubt he'll be eager to tell you.
If he won't open up, we'll have to play the trump card. Yagami-san. Ehara won't know what hit him.
I don't mind being the ace in the hole.
Are you and your ego ready then, Yagami-san?
Well, this ain't my department. Filming. I might even tidy the place up a bit if you're lucky.
Oh, we're going?
I thought you'd lost already. So, what more could my lawyers want from me here?
Well, normally I would say the same. However, a corpse turned up as you said it would. It turns out you have a penchant for prophecy, Ehara-san.
Prophecy, huh? Kinda dramatic. No Hoshino today? Did you fire the poor guy?
Yagumi's my name, sir. In a past life, I used to work with Kenda and Saori-san. But today, I'm at Serio High School in a contract advisory role for one of their clubs.
Serio High School?
It's the same school Toshiro-kun went to 4 years ago. You'd know it. I happened to be out there working a separate case. But that was when Shirosake-sensei called, and so that's why I'm here.
Well, well. Okay. Why are you here then?
That'd be obvious at this point, I'd think. As you know, Mikoshiba turned up as you said. His body was found in a warehouse. The question is, why did you know that well enough to proclaim it in court?
Haha. You might say it was a miracle. I wished hard enough for it to come true, and suddenly it did.
Care to tell us why you'd wish for a miracle like that?
Do you really need me to explain why?
Mikoshiba. You blame him for Toshiro-kun's death, don't you?
I do.
Even though when you took the school to court, no evidence turned up. A third-party investigation found no bullying occurred, didn't it?
At school, Mikoshiba tortured my son. He would beat him up, and then he'd demand all his money. That damn kid was a star student with high grades. My son's own class wouldn't stand up to him. To avoid being beaten, Toshiro used to. He'd steal money from me or his mother to make sure he could pay Mikoshiba off.
Ehara-san, you seem to know a lot about what happened to your son. Do you have any proof?
Would I have lost if I did? That school can rot in hell for all I care. Speaking of, you know what I'm convicted for. It was being a pervert. I admit to everything. I groped a businesswoman's ass in plain sight on a full train. There's no way I'm fighting for an appeal. So as for my defense, I'm in no need of lawyers anymore.
Ehara-san, just a second.
Why would I give you that?
Yagami-san?
Hiro Mikoshiba died in a lot of pain. His final moments were truly horrific. The last thing he felt must have been fear. After slitting his throat, his body was left to rot.
Doesn't that sound great?
Take a look at this.
Oh, Mikoshiba. Looks like he's seen better days. Where'd you get the photo?
From a teacher at Serio High. But where she got it is the interesting part. A strange woman gave it to her, said to stay away from the Mikoshiba case. You remember Sawa-sensei, yes? She transferred to Serio 4 years ago, not long before your son passed away.
Yeah, not a face I'd soon forget. She told the whole court he was never bullied.
True. She did say that.
And it's not just her I detest. The administrators, the lawyers. It felt like choking the life right out, but if anyone needed to pay, it's nothing short of insane that they were just gonna let him get a teaching credential. It all comes back to a flawed
And it was you, wasn't it? You orchestrated every act. Who were the people behind it?
That's a good one. You, my friend.
The way that interview went, Ehara's definitely guilty. But if we can't connect him to the murderers, we're left with no leads to follow.
Yeah. Kept that secret on lockdown, no matter what I asked. What could possibly link Ehara to those men? Damn it. And I was so close, too. To think they're still somewhere in Ijincho. I need to find them before the trail goes cold.
So you're heading back to Yokohama?
Not tonight. Kaito's waiting for me in the office. I'll be in town for now.
Okay. If anything changes, I'll contact one of you.
Kaito-san, I'm back. Kaito-san?
Hey, did you see that email from Tsukumo?
Huh?
It wasn't that long ago. It's something you gotta see, though.
What is it? Something happened?
It's the murder footage. Miko Shiba's murder ended up on the internet. It's going viral on all the social media sites.
You gotta forgive me. I'll do anything you want. I didn't know he'd do it. I swear. Toshiro-kun was okay. I didn't know he'd kill himself. I really didn't know. I swear I'll try to make it up to him somehow. I'll spend the rest of my life making up for it. Stop it.
What the hell?
Stop it, stop it, stop it!
Ehara has an alibi for this, doesn't he? They already found him guilty, and that's the whole reason he couldn't have killed Miko Shiba, right? But if that's the case, what the hell is this? One way or another, either this thing is staged, or his entire alibi was a massive cover-up. They can't both be true. But there's something I just can't shake. If you want my opinion on it, this looks real.
I need to have another chat with Ehara. Damn it. I'm not gonna let him get away with this.
A train groping and a murder seem to occur simultaneously. Yagami relentlessly pursues these cases, attempting to poke holes in each. After confronting Akihiro Ehara, the key figure in both crimes, he witnesses a harrowing video that provides more questions than answers. In it, a bound man pleads for his life, but his attacker, bound by vengeance, snuffs it out.
So the murder footage is already making the rounds online. I don't think it's showing up on TV, though.
Yeah, the net's a mess right now. It's all unsubstantiated rumors and typical, really. An ex-cop going from by-the-book sex offender to vigilante avenger overnight is prime forum drama. Sentiment seems to be swinging in favor of Ehara, but there's plenty of folks. Reactions have been all over the...
Do we know if that video is authentic?
Oh, or perhaps a deep fake. That is plausible. Someone even made a video that made it look like the US president was saying a bunch of crazy stuff. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Deep fakes are only...
Can't guys like you tell if a video is fake or not, though? Aren't there any signs?
Oh, there are several telltale signs. So I ran every check. Most likely, we're looking at the real deal.
Most likely?
Well, no one can claim with absolute certainty that it wasn't altered in some way, which means it's not substantial enough to prove Ehara's guilt. At least not in a court of law.
Gotcha. Do you know when and where the footage was uploaded?
It was posted sometime last night, but the source is too hard to pin down. The uploaders spread it across multiple servers overseas in a well-concerted effort to hide...
Makes sense. But I'll bet it ultimately came...
How do you figure?
Think about it. No one could have staged that unless they knew the specifics of how Mikoshiba was killed. From how he was positioned to little things like the blood on the ground, every last detail was just as the detectives described it.
That's a good point. All this browsing's really taken a toll on the old pinky. Looks like another visit to Ehara might clear things up.
Yeah.